Hello everyone, welcome to this Python lesson, and I want us to focus on Python classes. One of the concepts that gives most people hard time when they are learning Python, especially for the beginners, because it's really kind of complicated. For some people, they find it a bit confusing between the classes, objects, and sometimes even inheritance. So I want to help you in this lesson to be able to understand them, to differentiate between a class and an object, how to create a class, how to create an instance of a class, how to create an object, and then later on we also do inheritance. So in this lesson, specific one, I'll just focus on classes only. And then if you demand, I'll just do a recording for objects and then later inheritance. And really appreciate if you love this video. I would recommend you subscribe and share, like, so that you give this video a momentum. I've been teaching Python for a while, since 2019. So let's get started. So Python classes. So a class is it's a blueprint for creating an object. The whole idea of a class is for you to be able to model objects, and that's why basically classes are introduced, for you to be able to model an object. Let's say an object or an entity. Let's say a person, a bank account, an employee, an employer, a company. That's the employer. And let's say, for instance, take an example of a person. So if I was to model a person will have attribute like name, age, and gender. A person will also have, a person might be a student or not. So I want to call this a student. A person might be is married, so a person can be married or not. So, and how you interact with a person, you speak to a person. A person does a lot of things. So first thing first, I want us to create this class, a person. So to create a class in Python, we use the keyword class, and then the name of the class or person. Make sure the P is capital. That's the recommended naming convention for classes. So let's define this attribute. So these are just variables that we define inside our class. Those are the attribute of this class. So name, we start with the name equals, remember is a string. I love using double quote. So you can also use single quote if you've been used to that. So my name is Jackson, and age, I wanna use Dame, gender, um, male, and is underscore student equals, this is a boolean. I want to say true. For your case, maybe if you're a student, it can be false or true depending on the status. Is underscore married, true or false, it can be anything. So basically this is how you define um, attribute in a class. So name, age is a number, so that's why I didn't quote it. Gender is student, true, there's a boolean. So let me get to interact with this person. I want to focus first of all with the working with the attribute of a person. I don't want to make this video to be very basic like most of the videos out there, and I really aiming at helping you understand this. So I'll be using very practical examples. So this one I'll just be playing with this person first. Let's say I want to get the person name, so I want to print it outside the Python, the class indentation, the class block. So I'll just say person dot name, that's the person name, and then run this. So I'll get the name Jackson. So that's the person name. So print the age of this person dot age. So this is at this point, this is when most people start confusing classes and objects. So right now, if I check the type of this class, it will just be, let me see, type person, its type, class type. It's not an object, and as you can see, purely this is, I've not gone to a creating instance of this class. I'm just interacting with I'm trying to access the attribute of this class. So that's the basic first thing you need to know to be able to understand and learn how to work with classes. Don't mix it with the OOP. So you just have to learn how to separate it from the the object. Okay, it's not red. Oh, it's person dot is not red. Double R. So true. So this is basically how you interact with an object, with an attribute. Now let's say I want to change values of this name so that it can be a different person. So I'll just be able to do this. Change value of the attribute. I'll just say person dot name. Then I assign it a new name. Let's say this is John. So then I check the the person name again. So this time around I'm getting John as the name. Let me make it here. Let me say my name is dash. So I'll just get my name is John. I can also change the age of John. Age equals, then I assign it a different name. John is 19. I can print the new age dot age. So this way you can be able to modify attribute, the value of the attribute for this class. Remember, I've not started talking about instance at the moment. Don't bring that word in this context. We are not yet there. So that's where most people start making mistakes by starting trying to introduce, especially when you're learning the whole concept of OP at the first time. Don't mix there is the basic concept of a class with the instance and the object idea. It will get you lost. So right now we're just trying to play with this class. Let me use the one, we're trying to play with this class person. So that's how you can interact with the person. So you can get a class is also will also have procedures of operating with that class. How do you interact with the person? A person talks. I don't want to use those examples because they're not very practical. Let me use for that case, let me use a different example. Let's say we have a bank account. So talking of an entity, this entity bank account will have attribute like balance. You'll have name, you'll have account number, you'll have things like the branch. Every account will be attached to a specific branch. And the other thing is can be maybe you have a county manager, maybe, or someone who is assigned to be assisting you. In case you have such, you can put it here. And other attributes. So I want to use this for attribute for now. So how do you operate with how do you interact with an account? We interact with an account by, we can deposit cash, we can withdraw, we can send money, you can pay bill, you can do so many things from your account. This is the interactions you make with an account. So these are what we call methods in the context of classes. So remember I said the attribute are just, as the one suggests, the properties of this entity or these objects. So those are the attribute or the member variables. We also call them in the context of in the context of the classes, we call them member variables. So the methods are this now, the functions that are inside the class. Those are the methods. And they define how we interact with this object or this entity. So let's create the class account. So class keyword, and then account. So I'll start by defining the attribute SC underscore name, account name. Let me say Dali Jackson. Account SCC underscore number 12345 6, and then balance equals let's say 1000.00, and let's say the branch so branch, let's say this is okay, let me say Moi Avenue, CBD, Moi Avenue, Nairobi. Okay, okay, let's say this is Equity Bank, Moi Avenue branch. Equity Bank, Moi Avenue branch. And you can add any other attribute that you have in mind. So now, how do we interact with an object, with this object account? So we can be able to interact with depositing, withdrawing, sending money, paying bill. So let's create a function inside this class. So def to define the function. So deposit, and don't forget the indentation. So for this, in this example, because I'm not going to the concept of class instances and the objects, I'll just remove the self. I will explain what it does later on. So for this example, delete that self. Don't work with the self at the moment. Remember, we're just learning how to work with the class so that you can understand the basic concept of a class. So I'll just leave it like that. So I'll ask you, give me an amount to deposit. So float input. I'll prompt for user to enter the amount to deposit. Enter amount deposit, and then I'll just have a balance here. So for this example, don't worry, I'm just repeating this balance here. I'll explain why I am doing that. So then I'm gonna get the new balance. So balance equals, so the balance is incrementing by amount. So I'll just say is amount or amount. So there, so balance equals plus amount. So the balance is incrementing by amount. So we want to print the new balance. Let's print a message here. You are depositing X amount. New balance is X amount. I hope you do remember this way of formatting. In case you don't, you can comment there, then I'll just do a video for that. I've decided to give a few lessons for free, so I've been teaching this as well. This has been a paid course. So this is, I'm starting with the amount dash balance. There we go. So let's do the withdraw. So outside the indentation, def withdraw. Oh, again, delete the self, and then ask amount again, amount. So let me make this to be deposit underscore amount, and I have to change it here as well. Okay, there you go. So this is withdraw underscore amount. Oh, speed. Okay, this is an underscore. Oh my goodness, this is also should be changed. I hope you won't make the same mistake. You'll have to be very keen when you're following this video. So then float, let me prompt user to enter again, and enter to withdraw. So in a practical example there now, in a banking case, this one, it just a function will be done in the ATM. Of course, you'll still enter the amount to deposit, to withdraw. Yes, some balance. Balance. Let's say your account had. I'll just say with the 1,000 again. I'll just still work with the 1,000. Again, I am repeating the balance. So this time around, the balance will be decreasing by withdraw amount. So balance equals minus withdraw amount. I made a mistake here. This is supposed to be plus equals. Then this is minus equals. So it's decreasing by amount, withdraw amount. This is incrementing by deposit amount. So let's print this. Yeah, the new balance is dot format. So let's say you are withdrawing X new balances, then dot format. This is amount, withdraw amount, comma balance. Okay, this is enough for testing. So we have two functions here, two methods in this case, deposit and withdraw. So let's start interacting with this and this class, this class account. So I'll just get outside of the indentation, outside the class, and then I wanna call, then actually not calling, access class attribute. So I want to see who is the owner of this account. Account dot account number, then print account name as well, account dot account name. So let's run this. So account name is 123456, and then name is Daddy Jackson. So I have to comment the other class up here. I want to comment everything that we did earlier, and then so that I can just interact with this class alone, and then I don't have to see a lot of things on the console here, on the run area. So I want to call the function for depositing. So I'll just simply say account. Remember this time around, I am not, there's something I didn't mention. Whenever I say account dot, you'll see everything that is associated with that account. There is this attribute, account name, account number, balance, deposit. This is a function. As you can see on the right side, it's written account. So meaning this is part of an account. This is part of account class. So this is part of account class. As you can see, this is a function because it's just those parentheses. So a function, because a function, I'm printing something inside a function. So I'm not gonna use the print statement, the print function here. I'm just simply going to say account dot deposit directly, and then because deposit, I'm just accessing this method. So I'm interacting with an account. I want to deposit some cash, so I'm calling the function deposit, which is part of an account class. Okay, so let me run it. So it will prompt me to enter some deposit amounts. So I want to deposit 500. You are depositing 500, new balance is 1500, 1500. As you can see, the balance initially it was 1000, right now it has incremented by 500. So let me call the account dot withdraw. So right now I want to withdraw cash. And remember, Python runs code from top down. So I have to enter this first question first, the one for depositing. I have to enter the amount. This time around, I'm choosing to deposit 200. New balance is 1200. And then to withdrawing, I want to withdraw 400. So withdraw 400, new balance is 600. Remember, in our function for withdrawing, the balance is 1000. So, and I have just provided the amount to withdraw as 400. Then it's printed this here. It printed 600 as the new balance because the balance reduced by 400. That's clear. Okay. So that's how you interact with an object and not objects. Pardon me for that. That's how you interact with a class. And this is very basic. I've not introduced anything to do with the instance. I've not done anything to do with an object. This is simply the basic concept of a class. A class is a blueprint, a blueprint for creating an object. So in the next lesson, I'll show you how to be able to make now an instance of a class, and then after you make an object. But you have to let me know whether this was helpful. If this help was useful to you, like, share, comment, and let me know so that I can give you. My intention is to share with you all the information you need to know about the class, object, and inheritance. Those are the advanced concept in Python that gives a lot of people hard time. So trying to understand. So that's it. I hope this helped. Bye bye. My name again is Idali Jackson. You can connect on me on Twitter at Idali Jackson. I'm a coding teacher at GTech. So feel free to reach out and ask more questions. Bye bye.